for my very poor mic quality on the first few tries. Mic is still a bit rubbish, but I have tried to turn the game volume down a little bit, so I'll still sound like a small whiny bird in a tunnel, but hopefully I'll be a bit easier to understand. Maybe that's a good thing, maybe that's a bad thing. So, been wanting to do Laguna Seca, been getting quite familiar with the Mazda RX-3, so let's GT3 car. So let's give this a try. Fairly familiar with Laguna Seca, sort of an easy circuit to do quite well. Very hard to squeeze all the potential out of it. Lots of sort of off camber and just slightly awkward corners. Been playing this one since the GT3 days back in 2002. Got my PlayStation 2, so let's see how this goes. Car setup, I like it. Bit too much oversteer. My own fault. You put all the weight over the front wheels and turn too hard. The back wheels are going to give up just a little bit. Right, you can always squeeze the corner a bit. Nice and wide. Okay. Right, let's build our lap times up rather than doing this. Ooh, right. Bit all over the place here. Right, this is definitely a third gear. Don't touch the little curb on the inside because it does pop the car up on two wheels and it doesn't really have a very good time with that. Least favourite corner on the track, that one. I can never quite get it right. No way I'm taking that. Second gear. Much better. There we go. Brake about the hilltop, I usually do. And completely binned it. Okay, let's brake a little bit earlier. Right. Do know this circuit well, but I've not driven it in a while. And I'm not very familiar with this car on it, so let's not be complacent, let's not be arrogant, let's just build up our lap times. Driving the GR4 though today, so I was maybe expecting the GR3s to be much better, which they are, but they're not F1 cars. Okay. Let's just brake at the double cones this time. Trying to overspeed. Okay, we thought I was going second there. Right, you don't want to run too wide, but the first two quarters is sort of a double apex, so you're only really concerned with the second one. Well, that's more important to do anyway. Like, don't fight too much, don't that little sausage curve. Awkward corner. So braking point's all the way back there. Fair enough. Patient. And now give it the beans. Good line to the corkscrew. Quite its fearsome reputation, the corkscrew, if you get your entry point right, see, in the real world it's terrifying, but games like GT, if you just pick your entry point, get the car straightened up, it kind of just falls through the corner and sorts itself out. Okay, see if we can keep getting the feel for the track. Brake the speed off the cones in front. Just a bit of fishtailing on the way up. No. Right, don't be too greedy on the trail braking. Still quicker than the previous lap, just by virtue of turn 1 being quicker. But technically it's turn 2 and 3, the little kink on the straight down to this first sort of double apex hairpin is technically a corner. Right, get beyond the cones. Yeah, I see. Nothing to the corkscrew if you get your entry right. Don't wash the rear out. Nice. Right. I think probably start the wedge towards a 123 as we get to know the track better. Don't wash the rear out. That's a bit too deep, but apex a little bit too early there, but we'll deal with it. Turned into A that time. Okay, it's all experience. All experience. You might be able to take it in fourth just with a dab of brakes. Okay, that's probably about as late as I want to brake for the corkscrew, I think. It's a bit more in the tank, but it's ruined your lap if you... Whoa. Third gear there is enough. Okay, a bit of a bodge lap, that's already another half second off. So that's an awkward entry there. Right, let's go for it in fourth, see what happens. Lost time without revs on the way out. Probably should have snatched some brake a bit later because I'm just not going as fast this time around. A bit late on the turn in, see. Me saying it's easy if you line up the entry doesn't mean it's an entry easy corner. It's very difficult if you don't nail the entry. But I'm trying to make sure we enter the race here anyway, so. We have a penalty anyway. Right, I do quite like this Mazda. It's fun to drive, it's just the right amount of slippery as well. Does that necessarily mean it's the fastest? Probably not. It is forgiving though. Let's make sure we actually enter the race. Oh, I didn't check what the tyre rules were for this race. I suspect it's going to be a longer race if it's the third one. Pretty sure we want to be qualifying on whatever the softest tyre is, because that's just a no-brainer. Unless it's F1 style where you've got to start the race and the tyres you use, but I don't think that ever happens in GT Sport. Okay, let's see what happens. as always, well, as the 2 days I've been doing this, I'm using the DualShock 4 with a broken R2 button, so, well, Racing Driver X uses it in early. It's like a real racing car. I'm managing a couple of problems with the throttle. So. Right, let's see how much time we can get on the medium tyres. So that might be useful. So if you do bump that sausage curve, you can rotate the car, which might give you a quicker lap time, be able to get on the throttle earlier at the expense of just unsettling the whole car. Yeah, the mediums just don't break traction quite so easily. I know they've changed the game recently, so pit lane times are much longer. But so if I drive well, I may well lose this on strategy, but we'll see what happens. Who knows? Might be like Mercedes yesterday. They absolutely nailed strategy. Have a second repeat of Hungary 2019. Apologies if you've not seen the race yet, but well. This is a racing channel, so you should know better, really. So if you've not seen the F1 race because it's Catalonia and think it's boring, this year was, well, should we say a substantial improvement on the usual fare at Catalonia. I think for the quali lap here, really, I need to late apex the final corner before it and take a slightly earlier apex at the end of the lap, so you basically need a lap to build up. You can't run consecutive hot laps here. The line through the final corner is probably going to affect your lap time too much, so give them the long straight. Right, need to stop carrying so much speed into first to the right-handers. No idea what they're called. Guess they're a bit like the Lesmos, so let's call it California Lesmo 1. I'm a bit all over the place here this lap. The improvement really is just using the medium tyres rather than the hards. Should be able to brake just that little bit later as well. That's going to be a penalty. I think I cut the inside curve there. But we're all playing the same game. It's good to know where the limits of the track limits are, really. That's the rules of the game. You've got to use them as much as possible. Oh. I braked too late though for the final corner. Got away with it. What was that I said about going sub 123? Well, not far off it. Going a bit of a Sunday drive for that corner, really. So. Slow in does not always equal fast out. It's, sometimes you're just going too slowly. I might brave this in third gear. Okay, let's not do that again. Instant regret. Boom. Do you need to watch the throttle? If I don't hold the button quite right, it goes sort of 80% of the way on, and I think I'm on full throttle, but a bit more to go, so wait, that's going to be a penalty. Let's restart. How long have we got to the race starts now? Let's have a look. 6 minutes. We can do 3 flying laps. The shortest line to the first corner. Ah. It's quite hard to stop the car oversteering on the low speed stuff. Well, I say that's probably just my poor driving ability. So if you just float it into the apex there, and then grab second just before the apex, it does help to give the car just a little bit of rotation. Okay, let's not brake at the cones, because that's way too early. It's quite forgiving, this car. If you do lift off, see, it will cost you lap time, but that sort of second to last corner there was really sliding across the track. Was worried it was going to be popped up into the desert, but got it just right. Yeah, I'm a little tired. It's, I braked about the point you'd brake there if you were driving on the road. Always nice when you drift up to the rumble strip like that, because you think you've probably used all the width of the road and hopefully got as close to the minimum apex speed as you need to be getting to. Right, one more flyer. Brake a bit later. Use off the brake gently so we don't over-rotate the car. Just missed the apex there. Penalty, is that track limits violation? Hesitated too much. I can easily go sub 123 if I just string together a not totally incompetent lap. You really got to easy off the brakes in there as you're turning. Does reward a bit of trail braking, but not too much. Don't really mind being a little bit behind. My first set was pretty good on the whole. Pride coming for a fall. I've not been doing very well through the corkscrew actually the last few laps. That's quicker, that's quicker, that's quicker. It's good, right. That's faster. Get a wider line through here. Good. Reassuring. I felt like I needed to snatch fifth gear there. That means I'm very fast. That was a good lap, but sometimes it is when the pressure's off. Ooh, hello. Okay. Now, unfortunately, it is quite a long run down to turn 1 here. So, we've really just got to see what happens. Rather lose a few positions than get dive bombed in the first few corners. Because honestly, a lot of the time the people who do the big dive bombs end up making a mistake somewhere. I forgot to check which tyres I was putting on the car, or even what the race requirements were. That's not very wise of me, was it? Now well. Take a while to tab, we've got to use both compounds. Yeah, hard, medium, 10 times tyre wear. What am I starting on? Guess we'll find out. Racing, starting on the medium, so there we go. Anyone catch how many laps this race is? Please don't make me drive this pit exit manually, because it's not very pleasant. Right, that first corner really is slower than the second one. The second one you just waft it in third gear and, well, do that if you're really brave, but right, I think, well, we started on the mediums, so I doubt fuel will be an issue. I honestly don't know what I'm doing strategy-wise here, so we'll see. We will see. So if we can get a gap at the start, it'd be awesome. Well, I really hope the sound's better balanced for you in the stream, if anyone's watching it. Happy with that. Just leave it full power setting, get the radar on. I think those Astons are pretty quick in a straight line, so... Right. Got my finger glued to the analogs, sorry, the shoulder button. Not a terrible start, but I am going to cover off the inside though. not really interested in fighting too much because he is faster than me, as far as I know. But see, I'm not going to wait for these guys to catch up and just let him. Ooh! What was that for? Okay, that's a little bit disappointing. I'm not going to lie. It's not really a corner to overtake on, but keep it clean. Keeping it clean is important. Why is everyone going so slowly along here? Sorry, buddy. Sorry about that. Keep the position, keep the position. I won't steal it. Well, not yet, anyway. Okay, you do need to maybe just go a bit faster than that, though. Sorry. Trying to give you plenty of space, but... defend the inside here from... bit frustrating because I was really not expecting someone to try and dive bomb up the inside of that weird off-camber corner, but okay, that's not the place to go for the overtake. Not... I'm just going to lift out here because this is got some sloppy racing going on here, so let's where do we overtake on this track? This is the question then. Okay, that's not gone very well for those guys. I'm at the corner, it's getting a bit bumpy, so don't want to be unfair in any way at all. Guy's going to overshoot the corner, he's going to overshoot the corner. Oh, come on. Just... Right, kids, if you're playing GT Sport, dive bombing up the inside is a good racing move, but don't do it from 3 miles back when they're not expecting you and expect to use the other car as a brake. Okay, that's just sloppy on my part, fair enough. And also, this is just part and parcel. You are going to race against people who don't really have much spatial awareness and who don't really respect what you're doing. I make plenty of mistakes as well. It's forever thinking I'm braking early enough to not punt the person in front of me and hitting them anyway. But yeah, it's just not worth it. See, I probably had the inside there, but there's elbows out racing, and then there's just being a little bit unkind. I think, remember, let's not torch the tyres. We've got 13 laps. No, sorry. Yeah, we do have 13 laps to go, so... Unless I just fancy... Oh. I might make a dive for the pits in a minute and just try and run an alternative strategy in clean air, because I'm not really enjoying racing these guys. We're just losing time to the leaders, to be honest. Okay, that wasn't intentional, but to be honest, they were already halfway through a spin, so... I'm in clean air now, can run fast. Yeah, let me have that position and not try and steal it back, basically. completely overdid it into the corkscrew. So I've got distracted and completely overdid it. Hopefully they won't give me a penalty for that because I've lost all the time myself. Fine complaining about other drivers, but you gotta not make your own mistakes as well. Podium would be kind of cool, but the tyres are definitely starting to go off already. Feel it. I'll try and park it on the apex. Try and go through. Please leave the gap. Leave the gap. Oh, there we go. Good respectful racer. That's good. It's a bit naughty doing that, really, but. Here's my friend the Aston Martin who ruined my race at the start, so I'm not going to outdrive the Aston. It's got a very fast straight line speed, but tuck in, not mess up. Really high speed corner here. Sorry, buddy. Right, I keep doing that. It's fair enough. It's misjudgment on my part. My tyres were going a little bit, so... But still my fault. Right, I don't know what the strategy is here, but I'm just going to throw her into the pits. Stick on the hards. Do not refuel. I do feel a little bit bad for punting that guy. Thankfully, he still made the corner. Probably in solid last place now, 18 seconds behind the leader, but hopefully we're in a little bit of clean air. Maybe not. Well, yeah, actually, I'm going to have to serve my penalty here, so... Okay, I was going to say preserve the tyres and immediately slide all four of them across the road, but right, try and do a bit of a tyre preservation run here. There's a little bit of sloppy driving happening, so some of it mine, so keeping it on the track nicely is probably going to go an awful long way, so let's try and stay in the higher gears, and not spin the rears up on the way out the corners, not stress the fronts too much. Alright, hope you get an undercut in this fight. Even with my sloppy 1 second penalty I had served. Okay, less speed through there, Stu, if you will. Sorry guys, I'm just a little bit tired. It's not an excuse, but my driving is getting sloppy. So. Apologies to 7th place as well, who I kept rear-ending by accident. Yeah, I'm tired. That's going to be a penalty. That is absolutely going to be a penalty, and I deserve that. Okay, maybe it's clever enough to realise I did lose time by overshooting the corkscrew, so I'll take that. Is my strategy actually paying off? Come on, Stu, that's just embarrassing for you. These guys are probably on fresher tyres, so they do catch up with me. Not try and fight them too much. Long race. Head down, Seb, the race is long. Gap is staying fairly stable. I'm just worried about getting dive bombed into the corkscrew. And probably right so, because I did it to someone else completely by accident, even trying to brake early and still judged it. Perhaps the slipstream was a little bit overpowered, perhaps my tyres really were that bad, but just couldn't get a stop. Totally messed up that corner, but almost seems to have weirdly worked. Don't really like defensive driving, to be honest, especially when upshifted too early. You probably get the corner away as a result. Can force them up the inside would be good. I'm going to brake early and then cut back hopefully. Ooh. Right, you do need to give me a bit of space though. Force them to take the inside track here. Okay, out of sheer incompetence. I do actually want to let them go through, but it's bad. Forcing them up the inside. Okay, weirdly quite worked well. To be honest, I was just going to let him through up the inside and then keep taking the race in line, but well, there you go. I'm going to let him out of the tyre, brake a little bit earlier, try the cutback. Okay, no, he's let me have it. Interesting. Maybe if I can drive clean behind me. So drop off the radar a little bit as well. Nah, right there lurking. Remember your tyres, Stu. Remember your tyres. You do need those. And force them up the inside, ideally. He's just not braking early enough for the corners. I think that's the late enough for the corners, I think. A little bit of time through there. The smart cookie doesn't seem to be trying to dive bomb into the entry to the corkscrew, which is often a death wish for both drivers involved in the situation, to be honest. Hey, it seems to have done something right. Held the gap a little bit. I think I might sort of break middle of the track this time, try and float it into the... tyres are starting to go off again a little bit. I am pulling just a little bit of a gap. To be honest, I wasn't that interested in fighting. I'm more fighting my tyres right now. But, there we go. I do wonder what would have become of this race if I'd not been punted, but, well, you never know, I might have made my own mistake somewhere, so... Oh, there we go. We're racing for a podium now. Try and maintain that 1 second gap if possible. So I'm not doing a very good job of. But I'm really not going to fight Sky very much because it might get desperate right towards the end of the race. And much better. No! Ah, you idiot, Stuart. There we go. More unfair. So now it's me fighting, putting pressure on. So what does that mean? I don't know what the blinky light means. Well, it's only fair. I overtook him by doing a spinny boy. But, I think he might be struggling just a bit. He is. Okay, not totally sure what happened there. Maybe it's the tyres that are winning this race, really. Got a Brit behind me. So a 1 second penalty, so if I can just hold him off. I gotta let him go because I should be able to fight back that 1 second penalty quite easily, hopefully. Seeing pretty much everyone is struggling right now. I might be fodder here. Okay, I'm actually going to have to drive quite defensively to try and hold him off. Dear. Oh dear. Really not what we want to be doing. Tyres are totally gone. And to get this, it purely earned on there. Exciting final lap. Okay, not the prettiest race I've ever done in my life, but oh, there we go. Podium. I think what's a little annoying is through the first few corners, I think I was sort of keeping up with the guy in front, but who knows. Hopefully my diving on the mediums a bit early, sorry, the hard tyres a bit early in the race paid off a little bit, but probably makes sense. I think after my punt, I wasn't making up 13 seconds, so after that, that's maybe about as best as we could have done. Sorry about all the gibberish words, it's really quite hard to do this as well as think. hey, we've improved our sportsmanship ratings a little bit, and very slow that race. Well, I suppose all the laps on the medium tyre, I was racing in traffic, and then hard isn't as fast, and then was wearing out. So there we go. Take it. Thanks again for watching in, if you did.